What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck, and we have disturbing news out of Louisiana, and that is LSU standout Karen Lacey, wanted on charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run. It never seems to fail, guys, that every year at some point, someone on a collegiate level or pro level is in the news for something like this. And I'm going to get in here and break this down as best as I can, as this is very unfortunate news if this allegedly is true. Now, guys, if you see here, this is LSU breakout wide receiver star Lacey, okay? Here is the accident right here on your screen. You guys see that this thing was pretty ugly. Under here, you see that this guy was a former Marine that was killed, and also 2 others that were injured. Lacey is currently wanted for charges of felony hit and run, negligent homicide, and reckless operation of vehicle after a car accident on December 17, 2024 that resulted in the death of 1 person and the injury of 2 others. And we just saw the pictures of the former Marine that was killed, but no pictures of the 2 people that were injured at this moment. Louisiana State Police have stated that Lacey allegedly driven a 2023 Dodge Charger south on Louisiana Highway 20 and recklessly passed multiple vehicles at a high rate of speed by crossing the center line and entering the northbound lane while in designated no passing zone. I'll tell you guys already, man, this is not looking pretty for such a breakout talent who has or had such a promising future. This is not a good look, man. This is not a good look, and we know that there are several cases like this that happen every year. As you guys know, I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and we do have a player by the name of Jalen Carter that was drafted from the Georgia State Bulldogs who had a similar situation, except I don't think he was in the predicament of fleeing the scene after inflicting damage or killing someone. I think that it was someone with him, and 2 kids having fun, and 1 person got killed. And if I have to be honest, guys, me as a military man serving in the United States Army for 10 years, I'm going to just say God bless this former Marine's family, especially a person that served his country, and to end someone's life like this in such a drastic manner. There just has to be consequences, man, and this is very, very unfortunate. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to give my condolences to the former Marine, because there is no greater feeling besides family, kids, than serving your country, and being proud to do so. That is also why this is not going to help him, because one thing about America, man, for the most part, we are patriotic. And we do value all veterans. Myself, like I said, being a veteran and serving in the military, man, I have the utmost respect for any first-line responders, let alone any person that has served in the military. So this kid already has so many things working against him. But let's keep reading. As Lacey was illegally passing the other vehicles, the driver of a northbound lane pickup truck abruptly barked and swerved to the right to avoid a head-on collision with the approaching Dodge. Traveling behind the pickup truck was a Kia Cadenza, whose driver swerved left to avoid the oncoming Dodge Charger. As the Kia Cadenza took evasive action to avoid impact with the Dodge, it crossed the center line and collided head-on with a southbound Kia Sorento. Oh, wow. I mean, could you imagine, if you are a son or a daughter, and your dad is not walking back through that door because of foolishness, because some kid who is probably full of himself and loaded with NIL money, no telling what else was going on, right? Could you just imagine not seeing your dad or uncle or brother or whatever this guy meant to anyone, not being able to come through the door again to say hey or bye? I hate to say this, man, but this just doesn't make things even better that, he's black and a white veteran was killed. I mean, you look at the Henry Ruggs situation where he was driving really fast and he killed a lady and her dog. And we saw the time that he got. I'm sure for a fact that they are going to make an example out of this kid. And the fact that he fled the scene is even worse. There is no way out of this. At the end of the day, man, you do the crime, you got to do the time. I think that is very unfortunate, but I would be remiss to say that I have sympathy for someone like this, because no matter who that person is, even if it was a mistake, even if you did not mean it, the fact that you could not turn around to potentially go back and help, maybe you could have saved a life, just maybe. But to keep going, you're going to get exactly what you deserve, brother. I'm sorry. You're going to get exactly what you deserve. It says here, guys, following the crash, Lacey drove around the scene and fled south on LA Highway 20 without stopping to render aid, call emergency services, or report his involvement in the crash. And that's what I just alluded to. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I don't care. Maybe you were scared. Maybe you panicked. Dude, you got to do the right thing. As you applied to have a driver license. If you read the book, you understand that you are responsible for your vehicle and the actions that you take in that vehicle, sir. I don't understand why you thought you was going to get away with this. Maybe you just thought like, oh, well, it's a hit and run. They'll never catch me. We live in a world now where it is very hard to get away with things. Did you not just see the guy who shot the medical guy, the CEO, and literally got arrested by going to McDonald's? I mean, like literally, dude, like it's only so much you can get away with now that there are cameras and AI technology and face recognition. All these things are going to lead to you being caught and prosecuted. It's just crazy because this guy kept going and even drove around the scene. I don't know, man. You had enough sense to drive around the scene, but you didn't have common sense to come back and stop. And then you see here where it says Lacey declared for the 2025 NFL draft 2 days after the accident occurred. Wow. You thought that you could just do something like this, enter the draft, and all would be forgiven. All would be done. I keep telling y'all, man, God does not like ugly. What is done in the dark will come to the light every single time. And I do blame a lot of these big school institutions. They give these kids all of this NIL money. They give these kids this arrogant attitude, this new school mentality where the attention span is just not there. I mean, all they want to do is drive fancy cars, make a lot of NIL money, and live recklessly. And there's going to have to be an example made of this kid, Lacey. How can you choose to throw your NFL life away by being reckless? Literally declaring for the NFL draft. This is wild to me, man. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Everything you worked for, in a snap of a finger, is gone. This is crazy to me because everything that this kid has worked for, all of the hours, all of the times you had to get up early, all of the two-a-days. This is what happens when these young men do not have the proper guidance, or they could have proper guidance and still choose to be reckless. Well, guess what? The justice system isn't going to be your mom or your dad. They're going to hold you accountable. You are very much liable for the life of the Marine that has been lost. You guys let me know what y'all think about this. My condolences to the Marine's family and anyone else who was injured in this. You guys let me know what y'all think. Drop those comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.